Hello and welcome to another episode of the In Between Podcast. Let's go ahead and get things started. Hello and welcome to another episode of the In Between Podcast with your host, as always, Kyle McLemore. Thank you so much for tuning in. Before we get too far along in the podcast, make sure you slap the old like and subscribe button. It's definitely much... Where's the like and subscribe button? Oh, it's right there. There you go. Trying to get some more use out of the old button there, trying to make it a habit, like with all this new music. Alright, how about this one? Oh, you remember that one. You can also use it on the old background here, like, oh, or maybe like a little combo, music and background. Nice, but yeah, trying to get the most out of it, trying to get in the habit of using it more often. Also with like my voice drops too, like whenever I do like a the fuck? So whenever there's like a weird moment, like, the fuck? So yeah, that'll be fun. But yeah, how are you guys doing? I'm doing good. Thanks for asking. I wanted to talk about several things. First off the bat, VR. I've been trying to use my Quest, my VR headset a little bit more because it is pretty fun once you find, a couple of games that you like. Also, in terms of like a workout, there's this boxing game that, holy shit, is it like a full body workout? Like, you don't realize how much of like your entire like body you're throwing. Like, if you're really like in a fight, like you blow, like that's why like every time you watch a heavyweight fight, they're all gassed out by like round 3 to the side. When you are like really throwing to like hit somebody, it's like you're putting so much like energy into that, it just like drains your whole body. Like, I think the day after I was playing like the whole day because it was so much fun, and like the next day I was walking around like this. Like, I couldn't even like bend my arms at all. It was so sore. Just like drenched in sweat, but it's super fun. I should probably do like a little self-recording. I'll throw it up there in the background. You can see how funny it looks, me boxing a ghost. But the best part is not even like the boxing. The best part of the game, there's like this VR boxing game. The best part is like after the fight, it's like your opponent, and the ref is standing there like, and the winner. But the ref is so close that you can like fucking start punching the ref. And he's like so close that you can just start annihilating his like genitals, dude. Like, I'm just standing there like boxing, like speed badging, just like boom. Like the whole time he's just standing there announcing the winner. By far the most fun part of the game. But it is really fun, and it is like pretty realistic too. Like, you gotta like really duck and dodge, and like it's cool looking around like the stadium and being like, yeah. And then, yeah, in terms of my workout, I am not joking. It is like a full body workout. It's pretty intense and really fun. And then I'm bringing it up because I read this thing about this guy who invented like the ultimate 100% realistic like VR headset, the one that like is like got like a shotgun shell or something like attached to the front, or like I don't know if it's like an explosive thing or if it's just like maybe it's like those cattle things, like the ones from No Country, that little spike that just like you just like press it right there and it just like shoots a needle straight into your head, so you're just like ugh. But yeah, this is like a VR headset that's like, you die in the game, you die in real life, motherfucker. But it's like this crazy thing, so it's just like game over. Really taking the VR to the ultimate R, the realistic level. Like, you die there, you die for real, Matrix style. Which I don't know why you'd made something like that. I would never ever. I mean, like, man, the future, I guess. But speaking of also VR, got the new Avatar coming out. Avatar, the Way of Water, or the Splash of Wetness, or whatever it's called. Avatar, the Big Blue Splash. Coming out like a decade or more after the OG. I bring it up because it reminds me of like when it first came out. Like, that was like the selling point, was like, you have to see it because your eyeballs will not be able to believe what is like being presented. The visuals on this thing are insane. You gotta see it. You had like the stupid glasses and everything, and like they really sold it as like, you're gonna be in fucking Avatar land, Pandora or whatever. And I remember being like sort of underwhelmed at like the amount of 3D I was expecting. I was expecting, fucking the big blue guy to be like sitting, Sigourney Weaver as a giant blue lady like sitting next to me or whatever. But I remember like the 3D being like pretty minimal, if like there was any at all. But I do remember what stands out is like the subtitles. Every time they were talking their big blue people language, the subtitles would like just float off the screen just enough, and it would just look so clear and like, ooh, like these are some beautiful 3D subtitles, but everything else looks very average, and I don't really like, I remember just always having the vibe of just like, meh, with Avatar, like, just the whole story and everything is very like Pocahontas-y and like kind of like Dances with Wolves, like, you know, it's like, we're here to like infiltrate the natives and like you're working undercover, but then you go too deep and now I'm one of them and I gotta fight against my people. And it's just like, all right, Pocahontas, it's cool, whatever. It was okay. I didn't hate it, and like visually it does look really nice. And then I mean, come on, it's fucking James Cameron. And then give me more of those like mech suits. I remember, there you go. Maybe it needs a rewatch. It's actually been a while, but I remember that old dude who I can't remember his name, but he's also in that movie where he's like blind. It's like Daredevil when he's retired or something. He's like an old man, but he like murders these like people who do a B&E on him. Whoever that old guy was the best part of Avatar. He was just like ultra fucking mega general who was just like always in that Met suit, and he had like this fucking mega badass scar like on his face. Like, it just like was awesome. He was like definitely the best part of that movie. But yeah, we got the Way of Wetness coming out or whatever. I mean, definitely didn't see it. I mean, like I said, James Cameron, dude. James Cameron usually don't miss, and I don't miss any of his shit, so I'll be seeing it for sure. It looks great. I mean, I've always like been a fan of like, you know, water stuff, so it always looks great with like the CGI or whatever stuff they're doing to generate it. Looks amazing, and I'm looking forward to seeing some big alien whales and some cool water stuff. So yeah, Avatar: The Way of Wetness should be pretty awesome. Looking forward to that one. Let's go ahead and turn to a new segment called Mischief Makers. I don't know, I'm calling it like weird troublemakers or like funny, harmless, fucking just causing mischief kind of things. I know I've talked about it before. I don't know, maybe an earlier episode or another episode I was talking about with maybe like someone else. But anyway, it popped up in my Reddit feed, and like there's no way I'm just going to let this pass by again without like talking about it. Because it is like one of my favorite videos ever, or like news stories, or whatever you want to call it, moments in time where it's just like, I love it because it's just like this weird moment where this random lady like shows up and just causes like the most random like little snippet of like mischief for no reason. Like there's also like no harm in it. It's just so many questions of like why and like what are you doing and like who are you and like why are you doing this. But yeah, we'll go ahead and let's go ahead and get the video up there and let's enjoy.
Signing total gibberish. This time it was at the
goes.
news conference announcing an arrest in the Tampa serial killings.
That's the other thing too.
4 counts of first-degree murder.
Standing
Just
on
watch
the
it.
side, apparently translating every word. This
She's
woman,
got
We
it down,
received
dude.
over
Yeah, let's pause.
5,000 tips.
She's got like the finger thing down. I can't do it like that good. And like the fact, okay, like yo, one thing at a time. I'm getting too excited here. This lady is fake fake signing at a police news conference. Like in a police station, they're having a news conference about the arrest of a serial killer. Like how it's the most like, okay, it's like a heavy duty news story. Like, hey, we just finally caught this guy who's been serial killing. And then you've got this lady right next to you while you're having this very important news conference about a very serious subject like serial killing. And there's this lady next to you going fucking doing this fake signy bullshit.
Tips in this case.
but it turns out
Oh, look
much
at
of
her,
what
dude.
she was
She's got it.
was nonsense. She waved her arms around like she was singing jingle bells.
That's the other part. Waved like, oh man, if I wish I knew sign language better so that I could just be the person that's just like watching TV and just be like, wait, huh? What is she? Or imagine that if you really are deaf and you're like watching the news and you're just like, wait, what? What is she? She's just wait. She's doing nothing.
Says one outraged sign language expert. The woman, identified as Derlin Roberts, has a
Oh
string of
no!
arrests
And then the
on.
mud shots.
So how did she come to be translating at last week's high-profile police news conference?
I just didn't ask enough questions.
Oh, so pissed, dude. So pissed. This guy is raging on the inside. I just didn't ask enough questions. Because you can tell that at this point, this is like the 30,000th time somebody's been like, hey, how did you not check it? No, I didn't check for fucking sign language ID. I'm sorry. We're having a goddamn news conference about a serial killer people that we caught. I'm sorry that I'm not checking the identity of the sign language person.
Information officer Steve Hegarty told me
Steve's
the woman
pissed.
simply showed up out of the blue and offered her services, accused of signing total
Just
gibberish.
offered and showed up. Can you imagine just being like, all right, guys, let's get the news conference, and this lady like, hey, I heard you need a sign language. You want me to be here? Like, oh, fuck. I didn't even know that we had a sign language. Like, this is a perfect timing, lady. Hey, yeah, stand next to me. I'll talk slowly. That way you can just make sure that you, oh my God, she is really like, the chest rub is the best part. And she even does like the facial things too. Like, I have noticed a lot of sign languages, like a lot of like, like very expressive, and like she's just let me back it up. Just from like a complete novice, like a complete, it's not bad. When you look back at it, like it's passable, which is why I think, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, like at least 10 people standing all around her, and nobody's like even looking at her like, what the hell? Like, I wish there was one guy in the background that was just like, what in the fuck? Is anybody else watching this? She's doing, what does this mean? And then you're just like, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. She does this part good. I feel like it's like half, maybe like half. Like maybe she has like a very rudimentary, kind of like, sort of brief knowledge about a little bit of it, because some of it looks okay. Oh, but just like, and then she's like in a nice, like she's dressed up nice. Like, did she know about this ahead of time? Did she show up? Like, was she planning to be there? Did she just walk by? So many questions about this like mysterious, like mischievous little person who's just like, I just love it. I love how she just shows up out of the blue, causes this weird, harmless, like, mischief, and then just disappears into the mist, like, to go cause more weird mischief somewhere else. Like, it's great. Great stuff. But yeah, we'll go ahead and cut it there. Thank you so much for tuning in to the In Between Podcast. If you haven't already, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. It's definitely appreciated. I am your host, as always, Kyle McLemore, and we'll see you next time on the pod.